Kamala Harris is the 49th United States Vice President. She's the first female vice president, highest-ranking woman in U.S. history, making her the first African-American woman and first South Asian American woman to hold the position VP.
Hi guys, it's Mindy. I'm here in my kitchen, and today we are cooking, but we have a very special guest. Very special. Senator Kamala Harris.
Hi guys!
Wait, so here's what I want to know.
Okay.
Is it respectful to call, like, I should be calling you Senator Harris, right?
No, you should not. That's not on my birth certificate.
Okay.
Call
Kamala?
Yes, please.
Okay, because the Indian in me, I feel like my parents,
Just
my
don't
dad
call
will
me
watch this.
Just don't call me auntie.
Okay, I won't call you auntie. They'll be like, how could you call her by her first name? She's worked so hard. Okay, so what we're going to cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
you are Indian.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that everybody knows that. So we're both Indian.
Yes.
But actually, we're both South Indian.
Yes. You look like the entire one half of my family.
Okay, thank you.
You do.
And so...
Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn minute.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
No.
Vote for Joe Biden, or you ain't black.
Oh man, you caught me. Literally red-handed. Oh, I was wondering when you'd figure it out.
Kamala Harris is not a black woman. Let's first put that out there so we can stop this nonsense. Her father's not black. Her mother's Indian. So we're playing name games now. We're working in delusions. And this is the ultimate delusion right here.
This is the $5.3 million mansion of Vice President Kamala Harris, located in Washington, D.C.'s famed Observatory Circle. The mansion was built in 1893 and has been the official residence of the Vice President since 1977. The mansion sits on a 12-acre lot on the grounds of the U.S. Naval Observatory, which also houses telescopes, libraries, and a landing area for helicopters. The house itself covers 9,000 square feet and features 6 bedrooms, a large porch, a grand entry hall, and bay windows. The interior is decorated with elegant furniture, artworks, and personal touches from previous vice presidents and their families. The mansion requires a lot of maintenance and upkeep, which is handled by a staff of 5, including a chef, a housekeeper, a gardener, a curator, and a residence manager. The vice president also has access to a team of security agents who patrol the property and escort her to and from her official duties. Would you like to live in this mansion?
Yes.
Put your left hand on the Bible, raise your right. Do you solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies? Now, you got some family out here?
Thank you. Come on, family. I got quite a crew.
Can you see everybody? You can't see the big guy. I'm not doing it.
She was skeptical. Pointed. Every picture she's like, My personal favorites, it's like she's saying BFFR. She was a junior senator from California. She's an attorney. And this is what her constituents from California wanted from her. They wanted a woman who was going to conduct aggressive oversight of the Trump administration. And she gave that to them. Gave it to us in spades.
We did it. We did it, Joe. You're going to be the next president of the United States.
What Kamala Harris lacks in competence, she more than makes up with her confidence.
That I am here tonight is a testament to the dedication of generations before me.
She's a phony. I think she's a phony to the core.
Quite astutely where the political winds were blowing.
The Biden family truly represents our nation's highest ideals. Let's give it up for Joe Biden.
We see no signs of serious preparation for these moments when she's asked to be profound. Her cliches aren't even very good.
And talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
When she, giggles or when she repeats phrases, it's kind of a panic.
Vice President of the United States reflects very poorly on the United States of America.
Because now what people perhaps had never seen before can be seen to know what's possible. But the brilliance of this inaugural class and its leaders is the ability to see what can be, unburdened by what has been, and then to make it real.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know? What can be unburdened by what has been. 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 There are those who are unable to see what can be, but there are many more who are able to see what can be unburdened by what has been. Today, the business of our work is for the Council to report on the work that has occurred since our last meeting across these areas. We will today also discuss the work yet ahead, the work we must still do to continue to move forward.
Sometimes I'll start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way.
I need a sense of humor like Kamala Harris, because this lady will laugh so hard at nothing. And I'm thinking that it'll be funny, like it'll be the funniest thing you'll ever hear, but no.
Right there, okay.
There are reports that say that you have the lowest approval rating of any vice president. I'm curious how much of a role, if any, that you feel race and gender play in that.
Well, there are polls that also say I have great approval ratings.
No, there's not.
I think the point that has to be made is that there are attempts to create distractions away from the accomplishments of our administration.
All kidding aside, of course, President Harris. My name's Joe Biden. I'm Jill Biden's husband, and I am Kamala's running mate. You all think I'm kidding, don't you?
Well, President Harris led this effort.
And I also want to thank my buddy Kamala, who I work for up in the White House. Last week, President Harris and I. And happy birthday, great president. We know your mom's always with you.
Long before she met Doug Emhoff, she dated some prominent men, including in 2001, former talk show host Montel Williams. Back then, he was the famous one and had to introduce her to the paparazzi.
Kamala Harris. Kamala.
Now the whole world knows who she is.
I'm scared to talk about Kamala Harris. I'll let you have that one.
She's a witch, and she is a corrupt witch. She's been corrupt her whole life, and she fucked her way to the top. Oh, Lord. They used to detail this witch in the LA Times with her sexual escapades. She fucked damn near everybody trying to get up. She used to be a frat hoe when she was at Howard.
I love good news. Love good news. I just love good news. On the bus, go round and round.
And she ain't black. You know,
I ain't got nothing to do with this, Miss Harris.
No, I mean, well, don't. But she's I
don't know. I'm just listening.
Well, here's the thing. I actually met her father in Jamaica. I was the guest, sat at the Governor General's table, and he was a professor.
Okay.
And he represents as a Hindu Brahmin. He admittedly has some Irish in him. All right. The person that Kamala Harris is saying is her black great-grandmother is, in fact, according to Daddy, in an article he wrote, which has now been cleaned up on the online edition of that magazine, was a Hindu house servant, not a black woman. So her mother is listed on her birth certificate as Caucasian, even though she's dark, but she's a Hindu Brahmin Tamil caste. Now, interestingly, do you know what the anthropological name is for what Kamala Harris and her parents are?
No, sir.
Indo hyphen Aryan. See, they are the original Aryans. You know, LA Times ranked her out. I was out in LA, you know, when she was really
I can see this article.
Before that, see, she got out and they ran a thing that when she went to law school, Willie Brown, that was his mistress. They used to have guards.
I heard about that, though.
Where they had one I loved. It was a scene, Willie Brown sitting behind a desk with his tongue hang out, and Kamala is raising up after doing him, you know. And
but I want to say one thing to the American people. I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
They ran this thing where he got her a job with a medical supply company that did business with the city of San Francisco. He got her a gig for 15 hours a week for $72,000 a year. And you have to understand that was 35 years ago. And then when they carried a thing where she moved up to 20 hours a week, she getting paid $120,000 for a part-time gig, and he bought her a 750i BMW. She was earning that. So then she had this thing where she was trying to get on with this big firm. They wouldn't hire her, so she started screwing one of your buddies, an NBA player who was their biggest client.
Dub Nation is in the house.
Hey, Steph, Draymond, and Kay. Well, you got 21, and critics wondered if this team was gone for good as a championship team.
And got on a jam-packed train with all the other fans. We got to the game on time, and yes, the Warriors did win. It was a glorious day, and I even caught my Lakers fan husband cheering them on.
So she got hired. So then they ran a scandal sheet on her where she was trying to get on with the DA's office, so she started screwing the deputy chief DA to get on. So
You know, every election cycle we talk about this is the most election of our lifetime. Lawrence, this one is. This one is. But while I may be the first woman in this office, I will not be the last.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!